Okay. This game seemed like a lot of fun because I haven't played too many Atlus games. I very briefly played Persona 5, and I must say I got like a few hours into Nocturne. I thought Nocturne was really good. I might play Nocturne one day.
I trust this will suffice. God smiles upon the generous.
I played the demo for this, and I liked it. The art was really cool. The music seemed nice. I'm a sucker for RPGs.
A land
You'll find
grotesque
out.
with its people. You dreamt of utopia. You saw the tribes united as one. Oh.
That old dude.
That dream died long ago.
That's like
You
exactly how
the
I
same.
That's exactly how I wake up in the morning.
Your kingdom will perish alongside you.
I've only played the demo, but the demo was enough for me to buy. And I don't know, I like the themes so far. There's a lot of themes of prejudice. You know, the kingdom is, as you can see, there is treachery in the kingdom.
I cannot fathom
There's some
it.
magic involved, you know.
His Majesty
like
killed in his own bed.
The runes upon the prince's grave had yet to wilt.
I'm really
without
curious
an
about
heir
that guy
to wear
with
the
the
crown.
horns.
What will
Like the
become of
horns
the
and the
royal
armor.
magic?
Thus vulnerable.
There are regular people with
Invasion might
horns,
undo
which
us.
is cool.
From
I
within
guess.
or without, the state hangs on a precipice. It may even come to civil war.
In dark times, we must stand together.
Your Eminence.
Who could
Shout out
do
to the Pope.
this? Few could even enter the king's chambers, let alone draw close. And yet, His Majesty's arcane power could deflect near any blade. With all the royal bloodline's magic, who
Dude, the
could harm
king
him
has
at all?
seen better days.
Shadows stir in the castle just as they did with the prince. What hellbound soul could end a royal life? Who would dare such atrocity? Huh? Luis. A shame to die with no heirs.
So from what I know
The prince
about
was taken too soon.
Atlas games,
And only a
or
king may
I
wield
guess
the royal scepter. The very
Persona
crux
or
of his vaunted bloodline's
SMT,
magic, which made such a fine
there's a
deterrent
lot
to
of
war.
like
One has to ask,
mythological
them dead,
things,
who shall take the
as
throne?
well as like, so there's like Norse, Gnostic, forgive me, I'm uncultured and ignorant. I want to say Hindu, like mythology, or like their pantheon. Again, forgive me, I'm ignorant. But that's what I got when I played Nocturne. A lot of like, you know, gods and demons and spirit creatures and all this other stuff. Book burning, huh? So like, from what I understand is, kingdom is in turmoil. There's like monsters on the rise. Our MC is like, you know, androgynous person. He's a guy, but androgynous. ReFantazio. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. But yeah, this is the game.
Who's there? I can feel you watching me from a place beyond my sight. Whoever you are, please tell me. Does our world pique your interest? Pardon my curiosity, but would you tell me your name? That is to say, tell me who you really are. The one who meets my eyes across a strange threshold.
You can call me Sam.
Ah, a most unusual name.
Sam's an unusual name.
Which suggests to me you
like
might
Sam is a
reside
very-
in a world beyond ours. It is a curious thing.
I feel
that
like
in
it's a
your
very
eyes,
common American
my
name.
entire world is but the dawn of a story yet untold.
Question of the day.
Or to put it another way,
If you're comfortable with sharing.
this is a
What's your name?
fantasy. But can
Or
it
nickname?
truly be dismissed as something so
Or
far
alias,
removed
whatever.
from you? If indeed you wish to cross to our world for a time, I would first ask that you indulge one question. Is fantasy limited to the confines of imagination?
You know, as a fresh
Would
viewer,
you
you're
call
not
it
going to
a
get the context of who
powerless
this is.
creation?
Oh wait, is fantasy limited to the confines of imagination? Answering the first question, no. I feel like fantasy... Because what about something that you would never believe, or something unimaginable that happens, or an idea that you stumble across that's unimaginable, or not, you would never think of this thing, but here it is in front of you. Is that not a fantasy? So, no. Would you call it a powerless creation? I don't get this part of the question. Would you call it a powerless creation? Fantasy? A powerless creation? No as well. I feel like fantasy is you wanting and really, I guess, fawning over something that you perceive as unattainable or out of your grasp or out of your imagination. So no.
More than wishful thinking, more than fiction. Something capable of affecting the realities beyond its bounds. This must be what you believe. I confess, my own answer still eludes me.
So this dude
But consider,
speaking,
if
I believe
fantasy is
we're
born
going to get
from hope,
introduced to him later.
a desire to make the world better than it is, then that hope can be made
But, like,
manifest.
You'll pick
Thus
up on these
does
things.
change come, and thus is fantasy forged into a new reality. Perhaps the story
Because
about
he
to
sees
unfold
us
before you will tell us.
Through
I'm
the
thoroughly
story,
invested now myself.
but we see him from
So,
like our reality,
Let this
right?
tale begin.
So this person is able to, we're going hard mode, boys. This person is able to, I guess, transition between their world and our world, and to look at us and know that we're out here. It's cool.
Looks like we're in the clear. The capital's just through this
Look at how
desert.
cute she is.
Is it true then? The king is dead? Aye, and the guards are more concerned with the funeral than keeping the roads safe. So now the monsters are roaming in broad daylight. No soldiers to stop them. Monsters, huh? I've certainly been hearing the stories. To say nothing of the vacant throne. There's a storm coming. Mark my words. That much is certain.
What's the problem?
They're bandits! Come on, let's see some respect for the militia! Us folk, we're commoners. No crown or church will save us.
But Lord Luis will save us one and all. All we ask is a little tribute. You're with us or against us? And if you're against us...
So lots of civil unrest.
An igniter? How'd they get rid of
You can
those?
see the multiple races by their little details, their ears, their horns, or lack thereof.
That's right. Huh? Look at you. What have we got here? He's an elder. So he is. No horns, no knife ears.
filthy gremlin like you. What you got in the capital? Oh, what's this? Looks like you've been holding out on us, boy.
I feel like a normal person would have spoken, said something like, "Don't touch my book."
Hold it!
I got absolutely cooked.
Should have listened to us, chum. Now fall in line. Let's want to get stuck like us.
Then this guy gets absolutely cooked.
You drew steel. I take it you are prepared to die by it.
You'll learn more about her later.
Stand aside.
Having played the demo, it's interesting how a lot of the prologue is very, I want to say, tight knit in the sense of the characters
This place already feels like a death
and the
trap.
ideas they want to
You
throw
hear
at
all
you.
that stuff about Lord Luis saving us? Hey, you okay? You still got all your limbs attached? Well, at least they didn't figure out our mission. Definitely could have gone worse.
Are you alright?
Been worse. And from the sounds of it, you're about the same. You do know that if anyone finds out who we really are, it's all over, right? The mission's more important than either of our lives. If we screw this up, there's no going back.
So that's Galacia. I believe that's how you pronounce it, Galacia. She looks really cute in her little knight armor.
Think we'll make it?
Basic controls, move, R2 to dash, dodge. Some action you can perform in their corresponding controls are displayed at the bottom of the screen. You can also look at the menu up to see which way to go. You can view the tutorials you see in the main menu.
Let's go.
Okay then. Shout out to the design. I really like this coat we have. And it looks cool. It looks really cool. So this is dash, R2 is dash.
Stop!
The sandworm from Beetlejuice.
Watch out!
Face site, tutorial dungeon. Oh, so this counts as a dungeon? I didn't know that.
Okay.
So with this we're able to see
Strong ones ahead.
ahead of
We
us.
gotta be careful.
And we can attack, but I don't have lock on yet.
They look pretty tough. Careful now.
These guys are not worth fighting.
Run!
Yeah, even Glacier just says to run. We can't enter
Ugh, I think they see
battle
us.
yet. We're only limited to overworld stuff.
Look.
Dude, it's like the Mario Odyssey thing. Remember the the pyramid? Upside down pyramid?
Just checking. But you do remember what we're here to do, right?
Refresh my memory.
Right. What am I doing again?
Oh, I don't know. The mission that's more important than our own lives? First, we get to the royal capital and get you enlisted as a guardsman at the Army's recruitment center. This could decide the fate of the whole country. We either do our jobs or we die. And if it's all the same to you, I'd rather stay alive. So we've got to see this mission through. Come on. We don't want the sun to go down on us in the wastes. Let's pull ourselves together and get back on the road. You know what they say. Anxiety breeds the world's cruelest monsters. I mean, fairies say that at least. I can at least cast my usual spell for you. It's the small comforts, right?
This is really sick. It's really cool.
Right.
Music was the first magic this world ever knew, after all. Makes the road a little easier.
Shout out to that soundtrack. Glacier being able to cast music is
Over
an
there.
interesting concept to me. where magicians are casting things. I feel like one of the coolest things ever would be to cast emotions to like disorient you.
Like this.
Like your enemy. Like imagine casting doubt in your enemy in the middle of a fight.
This far?
That's sick.
Probably.
That's like top level magic.
Not good! Run for it!
Sandworms.
This land of 8 tribes and 3 nations, all blessed by the power of magic. The United Kingdom of Uchronia. The year is 785. Uchronia is shaken to the core by the sudden death of its king. Anxiety breeds dissent among the tribes. Disparities tear them apart, and no mortal mind remembers the heroic tales upon which their land was built. By this story of fantasy, may this faded world be painted anew.
I really like that scene. It's like we're reverse Exodus from like Egypt, like going
Whoa,
into Egypt.
just look!
Whoa.
Oh, the capital. Oh, the capital was really cool. It reminds me of Paris, but I'm sure other, like, you know, European
Get on with
places.
it then! Drop the dog! Hang him dead! Freeze! I've done nothing wrong! Lying dog! Don't try to deny it! You trample the law for the fun of it!
Let it be known, for misuse of an igniter, you will hang by the neck until dead.
Yeah!
It's almost been 20
There's
minutes.
no way that crowd is going to listen to
There's 3
anything
people
a
dead.
therapist said.
Such a shame. Might you spare some coin?
This is what it's like to be in New York City.
Oh,
Or probably any
sorry.
major city.
Don't you have any street smarts? Come on, kid.
So Glacier calls us kid, and we haven't been introduced to our
We're not tourists here.
main character's name yet.
Right.
But
You know
I
this
wonder
back
what
on
the
the wagon?
relationship between
You might
them
be
is.
the only elder here, in the whole city even.
Like, have they known each other for a while? This is like a new relationship? They're just here for the mission.
Capital's incredible.
Hard to say.
Just look at all the different tribes. You never see this kind of diversity out in the countryside. Not that it's very balanced. I see more Plamars and Roussants than anyone else. Which means a dopey elder kid's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Try to keep your head down, okay?
Hey, did you hear what they're saying about His Majesty? They say it wasn't illness at all. I heard it was foul play, assassination. Shh, careful who hears you say that. But it's just like the prince, isn't it? They say he was attacked in the dead of night. A war of succession is coming, I tell you.
Sounds like monsters have been prowling the countryside. They're sending the guard out to deal with them.
When
The
I
army's
seen
really
these
gone
two
to hell.
dudes were vaping,
Far
I
cry
could not
from when we had
believe
Count Luis at the helm, I'll tell you that much.
Hard to see how the nation can come back from this.
We'd not
That
have to
dude
ask
sitting
if the
down
prince
looks
was
like
still alive.
10 people I know. Just sitting there vaping away.
The king dead, his son stricken. Are there none left to bear the weight of the crown?
We've done all in our
So,
power.
plot purposes,
But not even
the prince
kingdom's
is
best. The
cursed.
saint could purify this affliction.
Over 10 years he has languished under this curse.
10 years was cursed.
How much longer can his body hold out? No doubt His Highness would protest. But since he cannot, we have no choice. For the man who cursed His Highness and murdered our king, there can be no mercy. I never thought I would have to ask this of you.
Next in line for the throne
but
has
there
been
are
cursed
so
for 10
few of
years.
us left now.
This
There
seems
is no
like
one
so
else to
10
turn
years.
to. Will you
That's
infiltrate the military to deliver
that's
a
a
message
long
to our
plot.
contacts
Like,
there?
you've been
This is your mission. For all our sakes, you cannot
planning this
fail.
for over 10 years to overthrow the king. So I'd imagine our enemy is very
Hey, are you listening?
crafty.
Well, I guess I can't blame you for feeling nostalgic. You and the prince were pretty close. Anyway, getting to the capital was only the beginning. Now comes the real high-stakes part. You gotta go get enlisted so you can meet up with our operative. Remember, nobody here knows who we are. Nobody here knows the prince might still have a claim to the throne. That means if we get busted, that's it. Nobody's gonna save us. Step 1. Let's figure out where the recruitment center is. Shouldn't be too hard, considering the need for soldiers. So?
What's no time? Reserves the ideas. Okay, cool. Saving.
Whatever will I do?
Yeah, I did, but this will be the first save. So pressing triangle will trigger Glacia to like just talk. I really like this mechanic. I've seen this mechanic in at least one other game that I can think of, where she'll just talk about the room and like what's going on. So yeah, she's gonna just, you know, tell you where to go. I think I'm gonna call it here for now, and we'll get into the little more details in the next episode.